Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. We're the Dirt Nap Brothers. I'm Hunter and this is
Stefan.
We're going to be your source for hunting, fishing, cooking wild game, reviews, gears, stuff that we actually pay for and use, and the general craziness of two brothers sharing life and trying to be the best mountain men and outdoorsman we could possibly be.
Today we're going to talk about, I guess, a new weapon I picked up right before last season started here in North Carolina. It's called the Umarex Air Saber. There's a lot of reviews out there. They all say that this thing is an awesome, air bow. But I have my doubts since I've used it, and we're going to break it down and go through all the details of it and the experience I've had with it so far. Alright, so Umarex, they're a well-known country over in Europe. They make basically a bunch of air rifles and air products because they're based out of Europe and that's what they're allowed to have over there. They recently came over to the US not too long ago, so it started interesting me, especially because there's a lot of states you can use this legally during archery season. Here in North Carolina, I can read the reg for you. So it's legal to use in North Carolina for small game all the way up to hogs during the archery season. The only caveat is you can't use it on whitetail or bear until firearm season opens. So it covers you for black powder. So as soon as black powder opens, you can start using it all the way till the end of the season. Yeah. So I've used it I have not shot anything with it yet, and I will explain why.
It's not for a lack of trying.
Yeah, it's not for the lack of trying. We've shot lots of deer this season, but not with the Air Saber. So I got the Air Saber. I think I paid $369 around there for it.
That's what it's currently going for on Cabela's website.
Yep.
Umarex has it listed for $399.99 on their website.
Yep, and I got it with the Axion scope, which I do love that scope. It is amazing. The only feature I wish it had was I wish it had an illuminated reticle on it. That'd make it a lot better, especially for early morning, like right after the sun comes up, shots. Other than that, great scope. Had no problems with it. I got the Air Saber zeroed. I zeroed it at 50 yards, and it took me 3 shots to get it zeroed.
I think it was like 3. It was
quick. Yeah, it was real quick. They were all dead on.
Yep.
Yeah, super easy. It was one of the fastest things I've zeroed.
I would say it was loud when you were zeroing it.
Yeah, it was definitely loud.
It almost sounded like a 22 going off.
Yeah, it does sound like a 22. Yeah. Yeah, it sounds kind of like I don't know. Not like a suppressed 22, but it's a little bit louder than that. So it's got a ting to it.
Where'd you buy it?
So I've got it actually off of Amazon.
Okay.
Through, I can't remember, I think it's called Air Depot, something like that. Some air company out of Maryland, they had it on Amazon. That's where I got it from.
Now, Umarex says this thing shoots at 408 feet per second with a full 3,625 PSI air reservoir. Shoots 350 grain arrows, but you can get specially designed 250 grain arrows. What grain are you shooting?
So that's the grain, and the broadheads are 100 grain broadheads.
100 grain broadheads?
Yep.
Okay.
And it comes with the 100 grain field tips.
Okay. Says you get 25 shots at big game with a full reservoir, 30 shots at a predator for lethal energy at about 70 yards. And like you said, it comes with the Axion Air Archery Scope. And now, when you first took it to get it filled, so it showed up, you unboxed it.
Yeah.
Then what?
Yeah. So this is where my, I guess, frustration comes out. And this is also why I have not used it to shoot any whitetail yet, because I just don't trust it yet as a firearm. So I got it. I went and got it filled down the road at our local. They sell air guns and they do like paintball stuff. So I went down there, paid like the $5, get the tank filled. They brought it back to me after filling it, and they said it was leaking and it wasn't stopping leaking. So I was like, okay. So it leaked the whole way home, back to my house. Time I got home, it was empty. So I immediately contacted Umarex. And about a day or two later, they got back to me, and they said, well, send it back in, and we'll try to fix it. And I was like, okay, no problem. So I sent it back to Umarex. They had it for about a week, and they said they fixed it. They sent it back to me, no problem. So then I get it, and then get it all set up, take it back down, get it refilled, no leaks, no problems. I was like, perfect, this is great, good to go. So then later on the season, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna use this Air Saber, we're gonna shoot a deer. So I was using the interlock broadheads at the time, the ones that Umarex sells on their website, and the ones they recommend for the Air Saber. If you're not familiar with it, we'll post a link somewhere down here, the ones I used. But you can also find them on Umarex's website. They're the interlock, can't remember the name off the top of my head, but they're basically like a pill capsule over a broadhead, and they're 100 grains. Yeah, they look amazing, and that could have been one of the reasons why the Umarex failed, but I don't think it was. So, let's see, we had deer 30 yards broadside from us. I was actually in the same setup right here on the bog tripod. So I get lined up, perfect broadside shot, and so the Umarex Air Saber, it shoots, and this time it does not sound like its normal, like 22. It sounds like.
Yeah, it sounded like almost a 12 or a 20 gauge going off. And there was a big puff of smoke from the barrel, and just a loud bang like a 20 or a 12 going off.
Yep. So the deer takes off, and the arrow flies basically true. But then we noticed that the end of the arrow, the broadhead, actually blew off. So as you can see right here on this arrow, so the silver part right here, which the broadhead screws into, so from there, got blown off and it went over the deer, and the arrow itself went in the dirt below the deer. So missed the deer completely, deer wasn't injured, it ran off, no biggie. So that was kind of my concern. It was very inconsistent, the first shot out of the thing after getting filled and serviced. I think it was something to do with getting service from Umarex or something, or the valves in the gun, and it just blew the arrow to shreds and cost me to miss a deer. No biggie. Deer didn't get wounded. It walked away. It survived. So since then, I have taken it out a couple times, but I'm always very iffy about using it because I don't want to wound an animal and then have to track it and then not find it forever. So that's why I haven't been really using it lately, especially since rifle season kicked off. I was like, nope, I'm not going to use this anymore. I'm just going to use rifle. So that's my frustration with it.
What broadheads did you swap that for?
So I switched out. So after the interlocks, these are the Oz cuts. Can't remember the name off my head, but they're the Oz cuts.
Oscut Hurricane.
Yeah, Oscut Hurricanes or Tsunami or something like that. And they're 100 grains, and preferably I know there's a lot of debate out there. People like mechanical, which were the old style I had, the interlocks, and people like fixed. I prefer fixed split. I prefer fixed because I shoot out of the ground blind and I shoot through the mesh in my ground blind. And fixed blades are the only thing you can shoot through the mesh on your ground blinds. You can't shoot your mechanical broadheads through your ground blinds through the mesh. So I stick with fixed now, and that's what I shoot out of the crossbows. And also my recurve compound bow I have. Yep.
And I think we'll probably do a video on those sometime in the future because honestly, the packaging alone is worth a video. Their damn things are pretty. So, so the website says it weighs about 6.3 pounds. I've seen you carry this thing over some rough terrain. Is it light enough? Is it heavy?
So that is definitely So it's definitely very, very light. I love it. It actually, I mean, it feels like it's light like a pellet gun. In fact, I think some pellet guns could be actually heavier out there. Some of the Gamos and whatnot. Feels great. It's comfortable. Some of the features I do like is I love the trigger on it. It's very light trigger pull. Nothing too crazy. Charging it is quiet. And there, I also, the only part I do not like is where the safety is. I don't like the safety on the trigger. I wish it was actually.
Where is the safety up here?
It's right here.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yep. So
How do you see that?
I don't like how the safety is on the trigger. I wish it was somewhere else. But other than that, I mean, you get used to it after a while.
Does rails come with it, or did you add those?
So it comes with the Picatinny rails. And that is a hard part. Is it comes with the Picatinny rails, but Umarex themselves does not sell the actual Picatinny mount for the quiver. So it took me, I don't know, a good month to actually find the right one that I wanted to get on there. And the only problem I have with that is I wish if you could sell a complete package with the actual arrow quiver with the rifle. Because if not, it takes forever to find one that's actually going to fit your gun. And if not, you have to modify. I had to modify this one a little bit to get on there, but no biggie.
What are your overall thoughts? You think this is something that you're going to continue trying to use or hang up? Do you think it's worth the price point?
So I think the price point is solid. I don't, because a lot of other air bows out there are, you know, thousands of dollars up in that high price range. And I think this is a great price range for the air bow itself. I just wish it was more consistent with customer service and the actual air bow itself.
So you still haven't heard back from them, have you?
So yeah, so after I missed the deer with the arrow failure, or actually I think arrow and Air Saber failure, I contacted Umarex multiple times about it, and I have not heard back yet. So that kind of turned me off from the whole customer service side of Umarex. I will be using this again here shortly, because shortly we're going to start hunting hogs here.
Yeah.
And so that'll be my test bed once again, on some hogs. And then maybe by next season, I'll be using it for deer again. We'll see.
Guys, I'll tell you, I haven't shot this thing personally, but I've seen him do it. I've seen him carry it everywhere. This thing looks cool. It is cool looking. It looks pretty easy to use. And aside from some of the mechanical failures, it's, from what I understand, it's been pretty good. And to be honest with you, if you combine it with this bog tripod, I mean, it's pretty steady, pretty easy to shoot. Now, do you think it'd be light enough and easy enough to get a shot off without the tripod?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yep.
Because I know, like, my son has the, I can't remember, it's an Umarex Air bow.
Oh, the air javelin.
Yeah, the air javelin. The air javelin. And sometimes if you aim it, especially for him, it's heavy on the back end but light on the front end, and he just has a little bit of a hard time with it. But he's only 10, so we're still working on that. But
Yep.
yeah,
So like we're talking about, Also, filling's pretty easy, so you can either just take it down. So it comes with the, I'll show you right here. So it comes with the Foster fitting right here. Just this little thing.
try to get a better shot of that for you guys.
Yeah. So it comes with the Foster fitting, and it literally just slides into the front of the gun. You'll see a hole right here in the bottom. It just slides right up in there, and you can either take it to your local paintball store or air gun store, and they'll fill it up. And that's another thing. So it does not take CO2. This takes high pressure air. So I was paying like $5 to get it filled up every time I went to the store. And eventually I was like, you know what? The store, is from here is about 45 minutes away from where we live. So I was just burning more gas to get this tank filled. So eventually I just went out and I got on Amazon and I bought a high pressure air pump. And the same thing, just plug it in there and then you used to start pumping up to your desired PSI level, and yep, no problems there. Yeah.
What is this? What is this cap here for?
Oh yeah, so this cap right here, so I almost threw this away. So this will come, if you buy an Air Saber, and it comes in the box, this will be in the barrel. Keep this plug right here. So this is basically it's a transport plug. So it keeps the outer shroud of the barrel, and then the inside barrel itself protected while you're transporting it. So it doesn't get bent and moved around. So don't throw this away, keep it. Whenever you're transporting around, just throw it in the barrel. Too easy.
Cool. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. Be on the lookout for more videos. We're going to do a ton of these. We're going to start with Umarex Air Saber because honestly, we were kind of frustrated at all the reviews that we were seeing where guys were talking about how amazing it is, and then you dig a little deeper, and it looked like either Umarex sent it to them or they were getting some kind of paid sponsorship. And the other thing that we have found as we start to get through YouTube is see a lot of guys who unbox something and they go, oh my God, this thing's amazing. They might take it out on a hunt. Everything that we're going to review, we've used for at least a full season. Some of it in the future may not be the case, but for right now, everything that we're reviewing, his tripod, his little deer decoy we're going to do here in a little bit, the Umarex, a couple of the crossbows that we have, bags, gear, waders, etc. It's all stuff that A is pretty budget friendly because we both have quite a few children, mouths to feed. So everybody can purchase this stuff, and B, it's stuff that we have used and tested and abused, walking around the woods and banging up and sweating our butts off in the turkey woods. And so, stay tuned, like, subscribe, and we appreciate you.
Later.